How did you meet? Who met who?
Both of us we met.
Who saw who first?
No, we never even saw each other. Do you know where we met? Do you know where we met?
No.
Where we met with you.
Nakuru.
Hero Radio.
Hero Radio. Humble beginnings. She was on Hero Radio.
No, she wasn't.
I was looking for that job you people got.
Yes.
Thank God.
By the way, thank God we said no.
We suffered with our yes. You suffered.
We
You
suffered.
suffered.
We suffered.
I got into a relationship with a guy who got the job. I still had a broke boyfriend.
Like you take her money and take
I would
her
not
out.
even. I didn't see that coming.
Hey, you're planning for the date.
And an
Talking about bed.
anti-volunteer.
Hapete. You see, there's a
Kopale for NTE,
Yes.
waiting for him to pick it.
She left it somewhere. She left it. No.
Can you just
She has said.
The question is, where is the ring?
No.
Where? Can you ask a question? Where is the ring?
What happened?
No.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Your first year must have been so nice.
It was. But it was.
Nice.
The problem is. The problem.
Yeah.
We went to the honeymoon. The honeymoon ikashika.
Where? Oh, you went.
No. Where is not the problem?
Where?
It caught.
It caught.
It caught.
Got
She
completely.
got pregnant.
Hey there, welcome back. This is the Rawder Kidula Show. How are you doing today? I really want to know how you are. So let me know in the comment section. And I also want to appreciate you, sana. Thank you for the continued support, and thank you for being part of this community that believes that marriage works and families are thriving, because our focus is on God, and God is at the center of this institution. So I hope today's conversation inspires you, and if it does, let me know what you're learning, and share with a friend, and tell them to also share with their other friends. So today I am honored to have celebrity and wife.
Oh, God.
Ukianza madharau utatoka.
Please introduce yourself. We need to.
Me or her?
You decide. You're the man of that.
Oh, wow.
That is.
Thank you.
This institution.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Frederick Mwitiriri, and this is my beautiful wife. I work as an anchor at NTV. We belong to Nation Media Group. We are born again, both of us. We serve in church, various ministries here and there. We've been married for the last 10 years. We are blessed with 3 children, all girls.
All girls.
All
Baba girls.
Baba girls, yes.
King of the house.
Yes. I'm the lion when I grow up.
The lionesses run to you. And the cubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Anne Mwitiriri.
Yes.
You know I can't pronounce that name.
You can't?
Mwitiriri.
Oh, God.
Almost. You're almost there. You are doing better than a lot of people.
Serious.
Yeah. Hey, the things people say.
Mwitatiti.
You are doing
Mwitiriri. Mwitiriri. Ah?
Yes, I've been called all sorts of names.
Yeah, so I am Anne that one, Mwitiriri. This is Mwitiriri. Like he said, I have not backslidden since the last time I told him that I'm born again. So that testimony remains.
And told Jesus.
Yeah. So I'm still born again. Yeah, I'm a happy wife.
Yeah, very important.
So there's a Happy Wives Association somewhere. I am almost chair lady. Because
of happy wives.
Because of
Happy
the way
wives.
I hold on to that.
Happiness.
I am a happy wife.
Is it something we confess, or is it something that is real?
It's both.
Oh,
It's both because of the power of the mind and the power of the tongue.
yeah.
So if you don't think and talk happiness, surely,
find
yeah,
it.
Surely.
you will
But that's what
struggle
God
to find
said.
it.
That we create everything through our mouths.
Yes, yes.
From your
just
mouth,
like
you
him.
create.
Are you a happy husband?
I am. And I was telling some friends the other day that unlike so many men I hear out here, I run home when I'm after work.
Oh.
I want to just go home.
Even when she
And it's not
was
because of my children as
expectant.
such, Yeah. By the way, for the last 10 years, if there's a place I want to go back to, is home. Always. Believe you me. Even when I'm watching football.
You are home.
I mean,
I am the home.
tell them, brother.
No, even,
I am that home.
do you know I don't watch football outside our house? For real.
You watch with her?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Sometimes. She will
Really?
sleep most of the time. But I watch inside our
World Cup.
house. Believe you me, yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes. And I love it, truly, truly. For the last 10 years.
Why is
Na si
why is
kujifanya.
that so? Unajua,
She
you can
has-
say amekaliwa.
Yeah, you could be seated
Yeah,
on.
it could be. But she has created such a place to feel welcomed.
Uh-huh.
You know, you feel that, there are men, by the time they're getting home, they're stressed.
Yes.
By the time you're hitting that door, you're like, should I get in? Should I stay in my car? No, she has created a very nice place for me to just go and rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's a good person, by the way. She's just a good person.
And you're not just saying that.
I'm not saying it to you
Yeah.
should have, by 10 years is a long time. 10 years is a long time, I'm
Even
telling
in
you.
private,
Not
it
even
says-
10 years. You guys should even follow them. Also on TikTok. Hey, they make noise
Yeah.
on
But
social media.
Honestly, 10 years is a long time.
Yeah.
10. And some people ask her,
Yeah.
do you fight? We fight. Even this morning we fought. Even when we were on our way,
That
we
part was
fought.
for off camera.
Oh, okay, sorry. But we
it's
fight.
good to know
We fight.
That we
that
fought
you
this
can fight
morning.
Yes.
and still
And we were
continue
coming
with
here.
life.
But we don't fight and just keep things.
Yeah.
We truly believe in communication.
Yeah.
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 So you fought, solved, then came and.
Yes.
We fought, we tried to solve, then it
It
was
refused.
not.
It refused.
Then we came, we reached here, I realized,
It is still there.
I told him,
Eh.
no, wait.
Yeah.
Don't go.
Wait, we have said.
Yeah.
Have
Then
you
now,
understood?
Have you,
Are you
okay?
getting me?
Yeah.
Are we
Getting
okay?
me. I'm still
Now we are
sorry.
Now we
Okay.
can go.
Now we go.
How did you meet? Who met who?
Both of
met.
us, we met.
Who saw who first?
No, we never even saw each other. Do you know where we
Explain.
met? Do you know where we met?
No.
Where we met with you.
Nakuru.
Hero Radio.
Hero Radio.
Humble
Yes.
beginnings.
She was on Hero Radio.
Bwana,
No, she wasn't.
I was looking for that job you people got.
Yes.
We are
I was
sorry.
part of the people you defeated.
Let us now tell you. Don't feel bad about it. It didn't even work. We were not even paid.
I know, trust me, because I had a broke boyfriend
I am
going
burning.
forward. So I know.
Don't even feel bad for the opportunities you lost.
Hey, yeah.
Thank God they said no.
I thank God.
By the way, thank God we said no.
We suffered with our guests.
You suffered.
You
You
suffered.
suffered.
We suffered.
I got into a relationship with a guy who got
got
a
the
job. I still had a broke boyfriend.
So you guys lived in Nakuru.
I was still in campus. I was in my last year.
Uh-huh.
Last semester, actually. So it was
Yeah.
January. I was in my last semester.
We have suffered.
It's like this is the time now you are remembering how you
We
actually
have suffered a lot.
So when there was a new station in Nakuru, they
Yes.
were looking for radio presenters.
Eh.
So how many media students are there?
Can you imagine?
We were
Personally, I left at the river with my friend Tess.
Yes.
We went for the interview in Nakuru.
At the river.
Yes, they stay at the river.
Yes.
After the interview, we were told the people who've been selected, you need to like advertise yourself on Facebook.
Send us a
They
message.
used you guys to sell their station.
So we sent photos and
Oh,
our
God.
profiles. So the
Please
one with
have
the
that job.
highest likes
Yes.
gets the job.
I had the highest likes. I am
Yes.
telling you, you should have seen me back then. Telling people, please follow me.
Where
Vote for me.
like this post, like this post. So
Oh my
that
God.
is where
We
I
have
knew your
suffered.
husband because now we were presenters.
Yes.
Yeah, presenters.
Big
And then
presenters.
one day we started.
Breakfast.
Then we started having a conversation. Hey, on our side we are never paid. What about you?
And us on our side, we are never paid.
What are we doing
God.
Now that is how I met him. Tell us about now you two. I didn't meet the ones who didn't get it.
Losers. These are the losers.
So, yeah,
They're so losers.
You'd like to hear from the loser.
Yeah.
So this loser of that job, coincidentally, the guy who called him is the guy who called me. The one who informed him about the vacancy. The position is the same guy, and we didn't know that. So me, I knew these guys. Njoroge, he's also a media personality on
Double
and off. Double N, yeah. So me, I had met him. Okay, I don't remember what circumstances we met in, but I was not a media student.
Yeah.
I was an education student. Me, I did Bachelor of Education. But don't laugh, Rodah.
you still came for the interview?
The talent was there.
You're feeling it was inside.
I knew I was a media personality deep within. You
But you
know?
didn't look like one though.
Hey.
Sorry, Basa.
Oh.
Go bad. Sorry.
Oh, you've been married for 10 years.
Come
I think
slowly.
by now.
Sorry.
So I saw when I met that guy and he was in the media, he had seen my real interest in getting into the media somehow. And I really believed, even if that's not what I was studying, I will go through. So that's how I ended up in a radio audition.
Yeah.
And then, where we had been told that the audition was, Njoroge had written adjacent.
Yes.
We will never forget that word.
Adjacent.
That adjacent word is what
To a certain hotel.
is what got us to meet
Together.
at that point.
Oh.
Because he said adjacent to
Graceland Hotel.
in Nakuru, somewhere in Milimani. So everyone was coming and alighting there, not knowing that you still have like a kilometer,
to go.
Yeah,
You
so
had
we
to walk.
alight there. Via Boda, I've just alighted, and then he also comes and lands there with another lady.
We were in a tuk-tuk.
Yeah.
You guys were in a tuk-tuk, or I think both of us were in a tuk-tuk or something.
Yeah, so that's how we end. Oh, you're going to the audition. So let's go.
Where
to
is
the audition.
it?
But we had no interest in each other.
In each
We
other.
had no
now
interest
that's
with
the
each other.
first time.
That's the
We met.
first time we met. Yeah.
So we got to the...
I don't like the way you've said no interest.
No,
but we didn't know
notice each other.
We didn't, because both of us are going for the audition. Hatukuwa interesting. We are not
Were
interested.
you in relationships?
No. But, was I?
Were
No.
you?
Me, I wasn't. Were you? No, were you?
No, I had just broken off a relationship like 2 weeks
Now you want to get into the media.
She wants to be serious. Last semester.
Then now I get people of my anyway. That was not the point. But I had just broken off a relationship like 2 weeks ago. But I wasn't heartbroken.
Ouch.
No, I wasn't.
You had hearted.
It was just a proper life decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we went to the audition.
Yeah.
After that, we said we should go back together.
We happened to ride on the same boda.
Yes.
Because people were now pairing up.
Oh, yeah.
We were just broke people.
Even you,
Even you are very broke. You are broke
person like
yes.
So we were pairing up on boda.
Let the poor say I am rich.
Yes. We were poor. We were poor.
We were broke.
Yeah.
So I decided, after the ride with the boda, I decided to buy her lunch.
Oh, in Nakuru.
In Nakuru town.
After the audition.
After the audition.
She had already been told no.
No. We were waiting. We were waiting.
So you were told yes there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Madam, you were doing well.
Whom had you given something? Whom had you?
Rodah.
I'm sorry.
No, we were told to wait. We'll be told.
Serious?
Yes.
We were told yes.
Hey, whom did you know?
No, Jesus. Okay, so we go for lunch.
Yes. So we went for lunch, and believe you me, that was it.
No.
Yes, we clicked right there.
We clicked like
Really?
we had
Yes.
a long conversation.
Yes.
And it's just the hey.
So what are you
thankfully
doing?
he was very much born again. Very much on fire. That stage of your born again, you're really just seeking to know this Christ.
Yeah.
I was in the same stage in my salvation. I had just gotten born again like just a few months before. So I was also still in that stage. So even conversations about just being born again, we had both just left our original churches to just seek a new space to be on fire for Christ. So we were both in that. We clicked, Rodah. We clicked. He usually likes to say, let me say it for myself.
Yeah.
11 days later, I was inside the box.
11 days.
Yes, I was covering
She doesn't
myself.
want me
So
saying.
is-
She wants to say.
Ah.
Because I used to say it, and she said, "Oh, unaniharibia."
Eh.
Yeah, so we just...
It's
because from
clicking
that
enough.
It is for a start.
Ah.
At
important.
least we
For a
were...
relationship,
Yes.
not for a marriage.
No,
Nah, for a marriage.
relationship.
Hey, my friend would date.
Yeah.
We courted for almost 3 years.
You
After
said
that.
you were broke. Why are
Yes.
you getting in a relationship?
Hey, kwani the people who marry are people who are millionaires?
Not
Did you get
really.
married when you are a millionaire or
No.
when you are financially stable?
Am I even financial?
Is Jackson?
Am I even
Is Jackson?
Is there anyone who
Has
is
he been?
100%
Tell
financially
us.
stable?
Tell us.
Because you are the ones I'm interviewing. Wait.
Why did we-
Because many men right now, young men,
Yeah.
are waiting. I still don't have a job. I still don't have a car. I still don't have a house. Why should I get in a relationship?
Why shouldn't you? We have defined relationships in terms of your financial ability. What will happen when you get married and you don't have a cent to your name? Mm-hmm. You go broke. So are you going to then say
Or you lose
we
the
can't
job.
Yeah.
we can't continue doing
Being
this
together.
because
Let's
we are
go
broke
hustle.
now. Now
Let's
go
take a break
hustle.
on this marriage. We go then
Yeah.
we come back
When we are financially
financially
You cannot define marriages that
Yeah.
way. You cannot. You have to define it in form of either we have or not.
Not.
We are here for each other.
Yeah.
And we believe in the God of additional. If he does not add us, we'll wait. If he adds us, praise the Lord.
So how is dating for broke people?
It's hard.
What do we do?
It's hard, but you see, again, how are you defining your relationship?
Yes.
And for us, it was not about money. For a long time, it was not about money. Because she was earning, I was not.
Oh.
She eventually got a job.
Uh-huh.
A
2
few
months
months
later,
later.
it was January. By
February,
April,
March, April.
April, you had a job, or May.
May.
You also
I did
had a
her for the
job.
next 2 years of our dating.
You had.
I
one?
was
You were
broke.
You were
You know, radio.
volunteering.
No, I left.
And it was voluntary.
No. By the way, I worked there for just 3 months.
Oh.
I said, I can't
I
take
can't.
it. I can't take
Yeah.
it. Why? Because when I left Nairobi, I kind of had a job. So I left my kind of job to go to Nakuru to get a job. So I couldn't stay.
Yeah.
So I did so many things in between. But you're asking about how to date without money.
Yes.
In our dating life, we didn't used to go to those places people go to. We would take walks. I had a bicycle. We would walk, ride together, you know?
Yes.
Yes. For hours, we would meet. I'm in Nakuru, she's in Nakuru. Now she got a job in Nakuru.
Yeah.
Very close to her home. So I'm at home, broke like nobody's business. But we used to see each other almost 3 times a week. And we would take walks in the evenings after school because she was a teacher. We'd take walks. We'd talk for many hours. We'd go back to her house, make some tea, I go home.
Bas.
It's not tea. Sturungi. Black tea.
A lot of strong.
Black tea and pancakes.
I even used to carry a lot of those. Anyway.
Yes. So we came to Nairobi later on. We are still broke, but she has a job.
Yeah.
So she used to come with pancakes to church. And then on Sundays, we are taking strolls to Uhuru
That
Park.
is so beautiful.
You
To
know,
Uhuru Park.
and you know those what are those street chairs that are after Valley Road?
Yes.
After
Yes, at
Sitam,
EACC.
Sitam Valley Road.
Yeah.
Mteremka hivyo,
Yeah.
there are those chairs know us by name.
Yes, before Serena.
Those chairs
They
know
know
us.
us. We used to sit there for hours with our pancakes and
We
sturungi.
would go do our premaritals, our membership
Yes.
classes, church, nini. Then as we walk, we go and sit
Walk
there.
to town.
We eat our 2 pancakes, our
Yes.
turungi. I would also sometimes have made 2 or 3 chapatis.
Yes.
I come and make this guy happy with them. Then we take our turungi. Then we walk up to
You know,
town.
I hear a very mature woman.
She was.
Hey, Ebu tell me
telling
about
you.
that. No, because I've just said I got married young.
Wait, because you said you got married young.
Yes,
Yeah.
at
So
25.
by this time you're dating, you're 24.
24. By the time
24.
we were doing our primas, I was like 24.
24 year
Yeah.
old.
24. yeah.
We dated for close to 3 years. And I met her when she was 22 plus.
21,
Wow.
22.
Yes, 22 plus. And we started dating immediately. We
And she
met.
wasn't looking at what you have.
No, not even
At
one single day.
22.
Yeah.
No, actually, when you ask the question of how do you, I've never had that question.
Yeah.
I feel like it clicks something. How do you date without money?
Yeah.
First of all, check who you're dating.
Yeah.
Because you see,
Yeah.
I think there's a problem in a man taking his advice, but then you're not dating someone like me. You're dating someone who still wants coffee in Java, still
Yeah.
wants, that's how they define
At
being in a
cafe.
relationship with a man.
Oh, God.
So
CJs.
please don't
So
try
serious.
dating without
God.
money. On
Oh,
that
yeah.
one, it won't work.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how to date without money is to first of all make sure you're with someone who views money the same way as you.
Yeah.
Yes, you
So
do.
you both
Same
see
values.
it as yeah, exactly, values. Do we see money as a resource that we are thankful for? If it comes, we are happy.
Yeah.
Or do you see money as
The means to
Everything.
the
is
end.
all it that matters in our relationship? Yeah.
So how long you dated for 3 years? Then you
Almost
got
3
married?
years.
Yeah,
Two years, 9 months.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
2 years,
Your,
9 months. Yeah.
Yep.
your parents were
Sawa.
okay with you dating at that point?
Thankfully, when I started dating him, it was in my last semester.
Okay.
In
So
campus.
yeah, and I remember towards the end of that semester is when I mentioned to my mom there is someone. So you see, I'm already finishing, so she wasn't really.
Yeah.
I've been brought up in quite a strict family, so the boyfriends I had before that, I'm sorry, I wouldn't have mentioned you at home. Yeah,
Well,
This one was serious, you know.
this one was serious and was also
Yes,
serious in school.
yes. And, she's mature. But you see, where we're coming from our backgrounds is when you're done with school, you're mature enough.
enough to get
Yeah.
married, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's where we are coming from. The
Then
village,
school
it's
is
known.
I look at a very
get a job, get
mature
married.
22-year-old.
Yes, she was, and she knew what she wanted.
She wanted, yeah.
But
Yeah.
salvation had
Exactly,
also
exactly. I think
worked
so.
on you.
I think so. Because if I had
good one.
met her a year before, it wouldn't have been the same.
Let's begin with I would not have been born again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And her values were different. So our values were aligning by the time we were meeting. And I think God made that happen. And sometimes I truly believe God wanted us to get married.
Yeah.
It's I honestly think so.
How was your wedding?
Oh God, it's
was
another story
interesting.
altogether. So I am not employed. I
Yeah,
am working
that's why I'm asking.
No, I've come to Nairobi. I've come back to Nairobi.
Yeah.
I've got some internship with KTN.
Radio Maisha.
Radio Maisha has given me a contract that was being paid. I was not being paid. Let's just say I was not being paid. Because half the pay I was paying the house, and it was a single house.
Ata, leave half alone.
Yes.
Before that, he had the internship at KTN.
7,000.
KTN.
7,000.
7,000.
We thank God because interns are not paid
Yeah,
nowadays.
internship.
Yes, I was being paid 7,000. It's a lot of money.
Living in a house in Imaradaima that you pay 5,000.
Yes.
So
And you know, wait, let me stop you there. What media does, it takes you to a level.
My
Yes.
He's a radio presenter in
Yes.
Radio Maisha.
By that time, I have a show.
Yes.
But I don't have a job. I was
So the
not
society
employed. Has expectations.
yeah.
If they hear you work for a radio station,
Yeah.
Because
You are
where
working.
have you parked? You're working in KTN.
The first question is,
Yes.
do you need parking? Because we hear
thank
your
God I
voice.
was not on TV. I was behind the
It
scenes.
was in STO.
Yes, but
Yeah.
still, we have your
Yeah.
voice
Yes.
every
Yeah.
morning.
So by that time, the first year, that is 2014, I'm not being paid as such, but at least I have something.
Yes.
So I can brag that I wake up and go somewhere to work.
To work, yes.
You know, for a man, that is important.
And the place you needed to brag about that was that time when we were going home.
Yes.
The first time
We need to go home.
he was not attached
I was not.
anywhere.
So we are planning to go for Rorashio.
Yes.
No, to
However,
introduce.
to introduce, almost the same thing.
Yeah.
But I don't have a job. I'm an intern.
Yeah.
Now we cannot go tell my father-in-law that is an intern.
Internship had even ended.
It was in January. No?
The internship had ended. That's when you were keeping on calling to ask about.
That was in January
Yeah.
because I got to Radio Maisha in 2014 February. So we are going home in April, and all this time we are planning from November, around
Yes.
November, but I don't have a job. But we are planning to go in April. to say I want to marry your daughter. So we are telling God, give me a job. So by February, now I get that contract.
Yes.
A very small, it's called a correspondence contract.
And you got it on Thursday when we were already planning to go home on Saturday.
Yes.
Hey.
And then we were like,
Now
we
you
don't.
went.
It's
At least
not
we have
even
something
the
to
money
go
we
and
want.
say,
We just wanted
I work somewhere.
Yeah.
When you
I
are
didn't
asked
even have
where
money.
does he work,
I didn't have money.
How did you afford the Rawder Show?
The Rawder Show. It's something else altogether. She contributed.
we just had to we were pulling resources. Rhoda.
You see, the same way we told you
Yeah.
that from the word go,
Yeah.
from when we started dating, ours was because we knew we were headed for marriage. Unlike so many young people, they do not know they are dating for 5 years, they still
Yeah.
don't know. Ours from the first, second month, we knew ours we were headed to marriage. And so we kept telling ourselves, we are not dating, we are courting. Throughout, we said we are courting. We are courting to know each other for marriage. And we spent a lot of time together. So by this time, our values are aligning. We are saying, you don't have your money, I don't have my money, it's our money. I used to budget for her salary. And I was a boyfriend.
And you were...
And I put some money for me. I put some money aside for my own needs. Her salary.
We want her to talk. Please.
Yes. Yes. I used to do the budget. This is what you're
This
going to
month
pay
we
for.
have this.
Yes, these are the needs. And it was 12,000 shillings.
In fact, it was
When we were starting.
ilikuwa inakuja 11,866.
Yes. And I would budget for that money.
When I was at Nakuru. You
Yes.
know, Rhoda, so by like those 3 months into the relationship, he usually says if he had money in 6 months.
Let me say. In 3 months, actually in 3 months, I was convinced
This is
beyond
your wife.
all reasonable doubts. This is the wife I'm going to put in my house. I was ready for her. By 6 months, if I had the money to do a wedding, I would have done a wedding. I knew it.
Let me tell you, Rhoda, when I say we used to talk, we used to talk.
We used to have
I tell
long
young people,
conversations.
stop
Yes.
going to coffee dates to ask each
enjoy.
other about whether kwenu kumenyesha, is your grandmother
about
older
social
than mine,
media.
Oh my goodness,
or I
we
don't
used
know
to
who
have
did what is your favorite color. No, we had
deep conversations.
on phone when we
Yes.
met. We talked a lot of even difficult conversations
Yes.
during that. Conversations.
Have you
of
had
your
a boyfriend
family
before?
background,
Yeah.
your
Let me tell you.
dating history.
Exactly. You see, we were not dating just for the sake of it. Ours was for marriage. Have you had sex before? With who? With how many people? Those are the conversations we had.
How sure are you're being told the truth?
But because I believe she was born again.
Oh.
And I could tell she's not lying. And so we became so vulnerable to each other.
Yeah.
We are telling each other about her family history.
Yeah.
She will tell me about her dad, her mom.
Yeah.
I will tell her about my family. Go deep to things that will not even tell your own brother. The things that you have, gone back to history, you understand your family too well. We'll discuss very difficult conversations. We will not meet and talk about Kenya Kwanza and ODM. We were so focused. And you know why? I tell people, what you feed is so important. I used to listen to Hope FM.
Oh, thank you.
Before we got look at her because she's work there.
you.
I used to listen to live questions
Yeah. That's a whole counseling session.
for a long time, for 3 years.
Yeah.
So by the time we are meeting with her, I had listened to so many answers from all those bishops and senior pastors. I think Dr. Oginde used to come so often for live questions every Monday and Thursday. And my friend, I would listen to those questions. I would understand marriage in a different perspective. So by the time we are meeting, I'm asking her those questions.
Wow.
As she's asking me. And I'm being vulnerable and I'm telling her, this is my family history.
Yeah.
These are the things that you must know about my family. And some of the things are difficult to even explain.
Yeah.
So those are the conversations we had. So by the time we are discussing about money, for us it was not a difficult conversation.
Money, by the time we are getting to money is such a non-issue.
Yeah.
It was such a non-issue.
Yeah.
So that is why, and I don't know how it will sound to many girls, but not just girls.
Yeah.
Accept the fact that we complement each other. Yeah. And two of the areas that he really complimented me was one, money management. It's not necessarily the story right now. Right now,
the managing. But how to treat money? How to treat money?
Yeah. No, if my husband watched that part, he would have organized a conference between me and you. So
sorry.
Money management.
Back then, I accept that the way I was brought up, and by that point in life, I had never had that money independence. So for me, I was aggressive, a go-getter, nini. I was the type who got a job like 7 days after my last exam. And it was a referral.
Ooh.
Yep.
Like I was called, hello, Anne. Did you finish school? I just finished 5 days ago. Please send your CV to so-and-so. He's a board member at this school and he's looking for a good teacher. Wow. So I was still, I believe I am, hard worker and stuff. But I had never gotten that independence of when you get money, this is how you budget, you nini. So I think he noticed that loophole. But thankfully, it's not he took advantage of it.
Yeah.
Because what he would do is really, let's
Write
do
down.
this with the money.
Yeah.
So the house you're living in, we are paying this much. There is this much. We need this much. On Sundays, we usually meet. We can eat kanyama pale shemeji for 2 Sundays. The other 2 Sundays, the budget is not allowing. We don't know what to do. Pancakes.
For lunch.
We will walk.
Like you take her money and take
I would
her
not
out.
even. I didn't see that coming.
Hey, you're planning for the date.
Take care.
But you see, by this time, it's not her money.
Yeah.
We are already like, so how are we
going to
doing
treat
this
money after here?
Yeah.
How are we courting to the end? That was
And we had
our
to
story.
learn. We had to keep the practice so that by the time we are marrying, it's not such a big deal.
Yeah.
Why? Since we got married, we have had situation. She has more money at one point.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot.
Yes.
I have a lot. She doesn't have.
Yeah.
So it's been like that. So imagine if we didn't treat it from the word go.
There would always be such a struggle whenever there's that switch. Now you feel you're the king. Now,
Yes.
The question was, how was your wedding?
Our wedding. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, are we going to do this today?
well, you should have said it. The question 10 minutes ago.
So our wedding, we are planning for our wedding, and let me just say, I was a correspondent, and my money was not mathing.
Really there.
But you know what? We planned for the wedding with what we had.
Oh,
And I'm a firm believer in no harambes.
Oh.
It's your wedding, usisumbue watu. Unasumbulia watu nini? I am still a firm believer in that. I have no problem with people who ask. I have no problem. I have a problem with myself. I even give. I have a problem.
Even give?
I will give because their belief is not my belief.
Yes.
But my belief is I am not going to make it a big deal. So we planned for 50 people for the wedding. My mother said,
But
hiyo ni yako.
Yes.
That cannot happen in my house.
Yeah.
So she decided with my family to raise a harambe. I told them I'm not in it because I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
I honestly said I'm not. It's not. I do not want to ask my friends, and I know how my friends are in Nairobi.
Yeah.
People are struggling. That's the last thing they want to hear. Tell them about somebody is sick. Probably they are going to consider. But if you're talking about a wedding, it's a luxury. To them, it's a luxury.
Yeah.
In Nairobi, things are very difficult. So anyway, by the grace of God, I do voices and translations.
Yes.
By the grace of God, I do not know. We have never had such gigs.
Oh, that season.
That
season. When you trust in God.
You know, because we were like, okay, sawa. We argued with mom. We argued until because now mom even stopped calling him. She started calling me. This idea of a wedding. Now what will I tell my people? And you understand.
And you know,
she has her friends.
No, her friends are already 50.
And our family is
our friends alone are 50. Those are friends. You've not gone into the church.
Our family.
Yes.
Ministry.
So she said,
his family is big.
Hey, our family and our family will
like
come.
This.
Hey, our family will come. So she asked me, so in our family, because we are like 200, whom are you going to choose?
Nice question.
So by the grace of God, I think God saw her needs and our needs. God gave me side hustles.
Yeah.
I had so many side hustles that year. My goodness. It covered 3/4 of the wedding.
It covered so much.
Yes.
Like we'd plan. And
Yes. We don't have money. And we are
But
planning.
you are saying this one 20,000, this one 50,000.
Yeah. Pete,
So nyumbani
sijui.
they took care of the food
Yes.
and
Home-
an
Talking about pet.
anti-volunteer.
Pete. You see there's a
Kopale for NTE
Yes.
is waiting for him to pick it.
She left it somewhere. She left it. No.
Can you just
She has
start
said
the question is where is the ring?
No.
Where? Can you ask a question? Where is the ring?
What happened? To
No.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Where are you finishing your
She's a
fellow
good
woman?
wife who decided to wash her utensils, left it somewhere, told someone to bring it. It's been somewhere for the last 2 months.
It's because I had been losing weight, so I had been being a more attractive wife, and so the ring was coming off when I'm washing dishes.
Go back to this wedding. God is providing.
Yes, so God provided. God truly provided that year. But I was telling God, you know, I'm also a firm believer that I don't want to start a family with debts you don't have at a lower. God listens and hears.
Yes.
A month to our wedding, I got employed
October.
permanently. October 16th,
permanently.
and our wedding was in November.
Wow.
Imagine.
I got employed permanently. At least I knew if we go to a house, I can keep my
we have
girl happy.
No, I was getting married to a man with a job.
Yes. So we were really happy.
Oh.
But it's a month to our wedding. But we had planned the whole wedding by that
The
time.
whole wedding was.
Now that you have the way you met and the discussions you're having,
it is well.
and the maturity you have portrayed, budgeting, your first year must have been so nice.
It was. But it was.
Nice.
The problem is, the problem.
Yeah.
We went to the honeymoon. The honeymoon ikashika.
Where? Oh, you went.
No,
to the
where
honeymoon.
is not the problem.
Where?
It
Honeymoon
It caught.
It caught.
Completed.
She got pregnant.
Completely
We're
opposite. The ones I have just interviewed where nothing happened.
Honeymoon. Yes, I listened to that interview. I saw it.
Happened.
I
Now,
saw it.
There's
This one
fire.
caught.
This one caught. Hey, it caught.
You got a honeymoon baby.
Yeah, I have a
Yes.
honeymoon baby. Like completely
Yeah,
honeymoon.
In these serious discussions that you were having, had you talked about family?
We
Tell
had.
you, in these
Even-
serious discussions we were having,
knew
we
2
had a
years.
very mature best couple.
Yeah.
Our mentor couple was our best couple.
Oh.
The issue of having a flashy, young-looking people
didn't have
at our
that.
wedding was a non-issue for us. So we picked a mentor couple to work with us. We picked a mentor couple like before we were 6 months into our relationship.
Nice.
So we
They
had
just work with us.
walked with them all the way. And let me tell you, mom, dad, we call her mom, dad, because husband used to call him
That man.
dad man.
Uh-huh.
Mrs. Kihara knew I loved babies.
Oh.
Like my Facebook history is full of me and holding people's babies.
Yeah.
Tutakaka
And she even
wamewana
used
2
to tell
years.
me, oh, sorry, we are married for long.
Yeah. They married for long. Kila mtu ajikaisha in the town. Yes, you are saying something
And she
important.
even used to tell me,
Yeah.
Anne,
Please.
if you want a baby, come,
Hold.
hold this one of my daughter.
Yes.
You finish baby fever, go back to
back.
your house.
Fever
But what
caught her.
we didn't, my maturity, you see this maturity
Yeah.
I'm portraying? Now she
Did not tell her.
overestimated my capability
Yeah.
to take this thing to the practicals. And you see, and that's why today when we work with a couple,
Yeah.
me, I am on the case of the girl. If we have agreed you're not getting a honeymoon baby,
Yeah.
Family planning.
I will be on your case. Like, have you visited the gyna?
Yeah.
Have you been advised? You decided on? Have you taken it? You know, because you see, one of the blunders we did is we kept postponing this thing. So it's something we've already agreed.
We go for
are-
honeymoon.
We were
first.
poor.
No,
We
the
were-
family planning.
Yes.
And when you
Oh.
start to do family planning, emergency hapa karibu na harusi, it won't work.
Oh, yeah.
Because you'll
Yeah.
be told if it's natural, observe your cycle for 3 months. Dude,
That's a 3
I'm
months.
getting married like
Hey,
3
how?
weeks.
How?
You
Yeah.
say,
So that part-
they tell you are going to overbleed, and you are like, wait, this
No.
bleeding will catch me in my
Wedding day.
yeah. So you get
Wachana nayo.
confused things, and now wedding.
The helter-skelter wedding is here and honeymoon is here and baby. Baby, first year. Baby first year.
Were you ready?
We were, because we wanted the baby, but we wanted to wait for 2 years.
That we knew
2 years.
We wanted to wait for 2 years.
We
had planned to wait for 2 years. You see, we advise people, and we were advised, know each other more.
Yeah.
Now, you see, when you are dating, you do not have each other the whole day. Now you are seeing this person the whole night. Night is very important. You are seeing this person without clothes for the first time. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah?
Stop doing that.
I'm looking if there are people around. So if you see this person, you'll be shocked for a long time. So it is important. You say you might be shocked for a long time. What is it?
Looking if anyone is around. We have 3 cameras. And she's not going to edit that. Wait.
So, we
were just eating stories.
Somebody came out.
So, you see, they had told us, you need to experience each other
Yes.
for 2 years.
2 years.
Bond, go out, go on vacation,
Yes.
take time out, take 3 weeks together, in Malindi. Oh, God, give us a lot of money. To know each other more for 2 years. And then, because when the baby comes, it's something else altogether.
Yeah.
Because a baby changes everything. Yeah, and it did. It did. Well, our first year was wonderful. It was beautiful. I think we truly enjoyed our first year. The second year was more difficult now because the baby is there.
The pregnancy wasn't harsh.
Let me tell you, the pregnancy was a lot of, however prepared you are and stuff, there's always what comes with pregnancy that nobody, plus your body behaves differently. So it wasn't a difficult pregnancy, but it had its usual, you are overly tired. I already had an issue with my back, so now I'm pregnant, it's getting worse, I don't know what to do with this. But I must say,
but I enjoyed that year, truly. And we
looking
back, we truly enjoyed that.
Because I even remember walks we used to have when I was pregnant.
Yeah, we truly enjoyed,
railway station.
And then I was working for, I had a show, and I would come home at 4. I'm at home, she leaves.
By the time I come at like 5:30, he's already home.
I'm home.
So we really had, and we owe that too. Okay, we attribute that to what it was on my mind, our minds about marriage. Because I usually tell people, yes, as we had done, honeymoon baby, there is a couple somewhere, and we've seen this happen, who have not had that honeymoon baby. They said they were told, please give it time, stay 6 months, 1 year, but they still didn't enjoy that time as much as we did, even with our honeymoon baby, because our intentionality was on another level. So even when the baby came, like for example, one of the things we did is we had a day bag for a nanny for a very long time.
But for the first 6 months, we didn't have.
Yeah, for the first 6 months, I was just at
the
home.
3 of you.
No, just the 3 of us, and we had decided we will not have a house help for the 6 months. So I'm doing a majority of the work. I'm washing clothes. Sometimes I'm cooking. When she because she got through CS, so all that time I'm doing everything in the house, and we truly enjoyed. I am telling you, it's not something I look back and say, it's a lot of. I truly enjoyed doing that. I would wash clothes and unazianika hapo nje, you are just putting them out and I would love it. We truly loved the first 6 months. After she got, then we got a house help, a day bag,
but a day
for a long time. Actually 3 years.
Intentionally too.
To keep away people from
reduce that thing we've already done with a baby. Already brought in a baby. Then now we want to bring in somebody to live inside the house. We're like, no, let's try and just sort it out in the evening.
So what has been your most difficult year?
Speak for yourself.
I don't know, but I think around year 5. Year 5, when like we said, our work has been up and down for a long time. And I think, I don't know, I can't place.
But it's actually between year 5 and there was a bracket between year 5 and year 8 that
7 or 7, I think, yes, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was difficult.
That was quite.
And I think it came with the baggage, the burden, not the burden, not even the baggage, that you have 3 children.
Oh.
And our focus is not to each other.
Oh.
Our focus is on the children.
And there was a lot of financial strain.
Yes.
Is that the time you were being hired and fired,
Exactly, yes.
That's when it began.
Yes, that is when it began.
Yeah.
You are from this station.
Yeah.
They fire you. You go to another station. COVID.
Yeah.
They pay you half.
Oh.
And that is what people don't understand. And your friends would start thinking that you do not want to help them. But you're being paid half of what you're being paid. And you have 3 children.
And they didn't reduce your responsibility.
Yes.
Nobody reduced any responsibility for you in any way.
You have loans.
And it's abrupt. No
And it's abrupt and no one knows. COVID did as a thing. We kept the face, but it was quite a struggle. Especially financially for men.
Oh.
When you cannot be able to provide for your family the way you want. Not with what you have.
Yeah.
The way you want. Because your children are in school. At that time, she also went back to school.
Ooh.
Because we are thinking this teaching career will not be what we want. And we are looking at the future and we are seeing bleakness. And we are seeing the media situation in the country. It's no longer helping us the way we were thinking.
Yes.
And so we are thinking she needs to get something that she used to love. You see where we met? At Hero Radio.
Yes.
Doing media, she
Yeah.
wanted. So we are thinking, go back to school. You might be our savior in future.
Oh.
That I keep telling her, by the way. You might be our savior. Because the line she has taken, I truly believe God will open great doors for her.
Amen.
Amen.
And that is our expectation. So I think that is the time we had a difficult time. Because you have children, you have responsibilities that are not going anywhere. And no one is coming to pay your rent.
Yes.
But your salary is slashed in half. By the way, actually more than half.
It came down to more than half.
More than half.
By the time he was jumping into the third job.
Ooh.
Yes, because where I went when we were fired during COVID, where I went, it was slashed almost to half. Where I went, they slashed more because where I left, the station closed. Where I went, they slashed more.
And you know me,
And
I
you
just
don't have bargaining power.
And you do not have the bargaining
Yes.
Because you've been fired.
power. So
Station
to
has
stabilize
closed.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by that time, you have more responsibilities. You know, people, I tell young people, children, they are beautiful and they are
blessing
good.
from the Lord.
But kama hujajipanga, wachana na watoto. This thing of feel the earth. Who told you are the earth?
Sauti Sol said wanakuja na sani.
Gani?
They didn't have biblical reference.
Gani?
There is no biblical reference in that
Gani?
song.
You have to take care of your own responsibilities. Hakuna ati, oh. No. Your responsibilities are yours.
Yes, that's
And
true.
you see, I'm an African man and a Christian who believe that the man should provide
Yes.
and the man should lead. And so you have to do everything possible to provide for your family. In the process, you do not focus so much on the marriage.
Oh, yes.
We got to a place where it hit us that we have left the trail that we had and we need to refocus on the marriage. We started dating again.
Oh.
We had to go back to evening dates, meeting, talking again, and saying, these children will leave us at one point. We have to go back to, because we are firm believers that will be here for the next 70 years as married couples. We truly believe that, and we hope and we pray that will be possible. And so we said, when the children will leave, they'll leave us,
Just
both of
the
us.
two of you.
So we have to do everything possible under the sun to make sure we have a relationship so that by the time they are leaving, we are still together and happy.
Yes.
Because a marriage does not come with children most of the time. If they come, praise the Lord. It's a gift from the Lord. If they don't come, praise the Lord.
still married.
You are still married.
And Rodah, let me just interject and say, as you were speaking, I was thinking about the fact that actually I was just telling a couple the other day, it takes a lot of emotional and mental energy to get back.
Oh yes.
You know, there's that curve in marriage, and it's very normal.
Yeah.
You start going up year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, year 8. What you do happen around year 7, year 8, year 9 determines whether you go below the line or you start to come back up.
Yep.
And unfortunately, by the time you're at that place where the curve has really gone down, we have put on a lot of lenses.
Yes.
And
defense
and
mechanism.
a lot of defense. You're looking at
yeah.
you see this thing
yourself.
of he changed.
Oh.
Rodah, today I look back.
He got a job, a good job.
Yeah, he
changed.
changed. He started to treat me differently.
Yeah.
And you are blind to all the other things that were happening around you
that time.
when those things happened. And you harbor a lot of bitterness
Yeah.
and resentment in your heart. And so at that time, if you are not open to just thinking, could it be that this man is not bad? He didn't change. Even him, he has been struggling. So there was a lot of stress. There was a lot. You don't want to just realize that all these things were putting pressure on your marriage.
Yes.
And like he's saying, even you were a part of that marriage when both of you stopped really focusing on the marriage because there were a lot of other things pressuring you, you know.
Did I also mention something? Could I mention it? Sorry for cutting you short. That before they keep saying we were let go during COVID, but it's, in essence, it's being fired. Eh?
Yeah.
Just being fired. It's either you are not important or before you are let go or fired.
Or some office politics played out nicely because of COVID.
I almost went back to a place I was when I was 23, depression.
Oh.
I was approaching that place. So depression comes with a lot of self-pity, a lot of heart, and a lot of bitterness. I have a belief that it affected our marriage because you do not focus on the other. You see, all that time, for a long time, we truly focused on each other. How to make her happy, how to understand her, how to look at situations where I know I'm not going to put her there. I know she'll not be happy here. Now everything has changed to focusing on yourself.
Me.
You're feeling bad about this, you're stressed about
Yes.
this.
And every day when you come in the evening, you're not talking about yourselves or how to grow yourselves. You're talking about work.
Yes.
And complaining and whining and everything else. And that strains marriages. And I have a feeling that is where it started. So prior to getting, let go, I had that for close to 7 months or so. Prior to that, I was sick.
Oh.
Prior to the depression, I had 3 surgeries.
Don't say where.
I won't say.
You already said in your other.
Yeah, I said I had.
We have watched you on TikTok say.
Oh God. So wait, Sasa.
See, you know this one of yours is a nice
It's a nice one. Do not want people to think that we had surgery.
Christians also have surgeries there.
Yes, there. So I had surgery, and at the same season, we had a baby.
Oh.
You seeing all this situation?
Yeah.
So you have a baby, you have a surgery, you have almost getting back to depression, and then being fired.
Oh.
And when you're being fired, by the grace of God, I got another job immediately, but the salary is halved. And responsibilities at the place that has been it's been halved are 10 times more. Because I became the manager with a less salary.
I don't like this big title with no money.
I know.
I don't like that.
But I think it was my most fulfilling job.
Oh,
I am telling you for a
Yeah.
fact.
The job itself was.
It was very fulfilling. And I think I got healed through that job. Because I had young people to mentor. I had no time for myself.
Oh, yeah.
So I had something else to focus on. And I think God healed me through that season. The salary was not there, but I got healed. so that we start refocusing. We hadn't even noticed by this time.
Yeah.
So I'd go to another job, and another job that is when it hit us. We are going below where. So we started. Yes.
Yeah, we're like,
Yes.
we were here now.
We,
you see
we
here
are
on
just
the line.
there for the sake of.
Where
roommates.
Oh, yes.
if you do
We are-
that, it can go down.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You see what you are saying,
too.
roommates? Yes.
Yes.
You see what you are saying, roommates? Even it becomes roommates for real, for real. You know
Even
what
on
I
the
mean?
room.
Yes, on the room. It becomes roommates. Yes.
But you're sleeping on the same
You
bed.
are sleeping, and
Rodah.
we have never slept in 2 bedrooms, by the way, all our lives. Eh? And by God's grace, we have a very big house, but we have never had the career opportunity to sleep. But it is not happening
Because your mind
is not there. You are
Your mind is
struggling
not
in
there.
so many other areas.
And then through all this now, there's a lot of conflict, and then
Yes.
you're not even. You see, when you're not focusing on your marriage, even the time and the mental space to sort out conflicts properly,
It's
Small
not
conflict.
there.
it's not happening. So you're starting to do a lot of hiding under the carpet things.
Yeah.
And so you're starting to breed a lot of.
And those hiding,
And
let me tell you, it's 4 days.
nini,
Because
yeah.
we are firm believers of in 24 hours we have sorted this. So it started going to 3 days. It's not something that we were used to. 4 days.
Did you ever want to show the other one you are okay and you're not?
No. We have never pretended. We thank God. For us?
If
we
you're
have-
mad, you're mad.
For us?
If you're
For
mad,
both of
you're
us?
Yeah.
If you are not okay, we are not okay. We are sanguines. And sanguines,
Yes,
you'll
you
know.
are.
You
Is
will
she a
know.
sanguine?
She is.
What do you think, Rodah? No, by the way, what can I call myself?
Keep lying to yourself.
Introvert.
She is. Who?
Nizi camera.
Who? This one.
No, I'm
She's
just
a
letting him be
total
the head
sanguine.
of the family so that they
Even
can
in the
see
personality.
practically.
This one is a sanguine. So sanguines will know when they are happy and when they are not.
Yeah,
It's-
you always know.
So even when, and because we have so much in common, I will know when she has said something, I am not happy. When I have said something, she's not happy.
It's very
Immediately.
easy.
And we do not hide us. We have never, I will hide, I'm not happy. Here, I am not happy, and I will tell you like it is.
But you'll still
And
linger
you-
there
you
for 4 days in that
Yes.
season.
Yeah.
Yes.
But okay, we've also really there's a way he puts it on his end, but me I say it as there's a way we've also matured to the place where I am angry at you. You have done something very wrong, but it's not that time for now.
Yeah.
And you see that getting back I was talking about, so that the curve goes back up. It includes going back to the belief that this person is a good person.
No.
This person
Yeah.
loves me.
No.
This person, when he gets really angry at me, his style of getting angry might make me think he does not even like me anymore. But I am going back to constructing the original narrative that this man loves me. By the way, hana ubaya.
Yeah.
And he actually desires for us to be happy again. And I feed my mind with so much of that now we can be able to
Reason out.
actually move past a difference and know that it's not really your move, letting it see it unaiacha.
Yeah.
No, we know this happened, we need to talk about it, but because we need to go to Rodah's show, for example, let's go do Rodah's show, we'll talk about this later. Like it's
But
not
you are
something that is
okay.
making you feel like now I'm angry.
You're angry.
and
It comes, I think for me, it comes with maturity in marriage.
Yes.
And you see, for us, by God's grace, and we keep saying it because when we pronounce it, we know we give it life. We will never divorce.
Amen.
That is something we keep saying because we know when we say it, we give it life.
Yes, true.
And because we are not looking forward to divorce or separation, by all means. So how then do we stay happy? Even when situations do not allow us. We have to devise a way of allowing situations to pass, be sober enough, discuss. But while this situation is going on, we can still have conversations. I mean, we can still live. We have a life to live.
Well,
That is where we've come.
Yeah, and like have a life completely.
Yeah.
Like, sengenya watu, gossip on the road, nini.
Yeah.
Because we are still
Enjoy
living
life.
Like live. I think that is another struggle where we have argued about this book.
Now you stop life because of the plant.
Yes. Now we can't talk about this one. We can't take water. We cannot talk about these flowers.
There is nothing else that is important until you solve
that book.
But you realize it's not as important. You know, after 10 years later this year of being married, there is nothing, in Kikuyu we say jogu, elephant. There is nothing big in this world. As long as you have the original ideas and ideals and values, that I like this person, hana ubaya, she will do anything for me. I'll do everything in this world to protect and love her and for her. When you have that at the back of your mind, by the way, majority of the things that we struggle with, you solve them.
You're able to sort out the mind is a powerful tool.
It is.
What you feed it.
That's true.
Yeah.
What you feed it controls how you act, how you react, how you respond.
So for a season of 3 to 4 years, it was very, very difficult. Very difficult, but there are very few people who knew about it. This is the first time we're talking about it, actually. As both of us. I think this is the first time we're talking about it. Because we didn't view it that way. It had not hit us. It's after, I think, 8 years we thought, no. I see 8 years is 2 years ago. It's actually one year plus ago. We started thinking, no. And I think the last 1 year has been one of the best years that we've had. Why? We have recognized that there was a problem. We want to heal from it. We start dating it again. We are happier. And you can tell. You actually can tell that we are happier. But that time we didn't know. We do videos because we used to do YouTube videos.
By the way,
we used to do. You know, you have mentored us.
And then now, when you're happier, you stop.
No. It's not that we stopped. You know, Rodah. That time when you remember when you were starting YouTube and you tell us this is what to do. You actually you were in the US that time.
I remember.
You remember? You tried mentoring us. But we didn't know we were struggling. So we are trying to encourage other people. But we are struggling.
I hear you.
So it becomes very difficult to say some things the way you'd want to say them.
The way you say now on TikTok.
The way we say it, and we say it openly, and we know we are saying it with a lot of authority because we have gone through that and we know it. But then there's something you're struggling with, but you can't say it.
But then I would like to say again, all through, and we were even saying that the other day, we've still had a great marriage.
It's true.
I know. It's true. It sounds paradoxical.
It's true.
No, because every great marriage has to go through and overcome the challenges, right?
And one of the things, someone once asked us, it was actually on TV, have you felt attacked? Because now you're very loud on social media about marriage. Have you been attacked online because of that? And I was telling her, it's attacks against our ministry for marriages. Unfortunately, has not even been what people will see. A lot of it has come internally.
I know.
So as we've seen the attacks,
I know.
who could die, when you can tell what, if the devil were given a chance, this marriage would break today so that we completely lack. You know that Kenyan Swahili phrase of mtambia nini watu?
Mtaachana tu.
Mtaachana tu. What will you tell people after mtaachana? That the devil has tried to bring that in internally for such a long time. But I thank God for even our purpose as a couple. We established that very early. Before we were married.
Way before
we were married, we were already
we knew we
preaching
wanted
about marriage, what marriage should be. 1-2 years into the marriage, guys are like, preach it because you are just 2 years. You know.
Now they are 10.
Exactly. You know.
And we thank God.
Even that 4-5 years into the
it's
marriage.
By the grace of God.
It's by the grace of
There are things you say because you know. God, even for me, where I haven't been, I know God is taking me there. So then you don't have that fear to minister about marriage. Because there are still very firm beliefs about marriage. And it's not like it's that bad, you know. It's not like he has beaten me or he has emotionally abused me to the extent that I don't even believe in this marriage. No, it's not that bad.
Can I take her water because she's not drinking? We thank God. I'm a drinker.
Where?
You can stay with the glass.
Sips water.
No, wait.
I have a gift for your teens. My name is Rawder Kidula, and I have 2 books here for your teens. This is for my beautiful teen girl. This is a book for your teen girls. And this is You're Now a Man. This is a gift for your teen sons. These are great gifts to give to your teens at this time. They talk about different topics: peer pressure, mental health, faith, working hard, finances, and so on. So get a gift to help you disciple your teen daughter or teen son, teen nephew, and whatever teens are around you. Thank you.
I want to go back to that place where you were feeling you're getting into depression, you're stressed, you've been fired.
Yeah.
And if there is a woman watching this, the man has just been fired or stressed, how do we handle stressed husbands?
And there are many nowadays.
Yeah. Because we also have a breed of women who feel like you are a man.
Style up, man up.
Wake up, dust off your coat, walk, go. And this man just needs, I don't know what they need at that point.
I didn't like process it in this way.
Yeah.
Then, like, how do I handle my stressed man? I will just thank God for the way I viewed life and my values. So for me, it wasn't, I didn't feel like he is to blame for the slash in income. But you see, it still goes back to how do you see money and how do you see your man. If for you a man meant the person who brings money into your life,
or this celebrity,
yeah,
you
or
are
this,
the news anchor's wife.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. She may not be able to say it.
Yeah.
She has never viewed me as celebrity or somebody who is known. We live our lives the way we met. We do not live beyond our means. We are not extravagant. We live the way we think God would want us to live. Simple, straightforward, to the point.
And that's why even when we have those financial strains and what have you, then
it's
we
both
have
of us.
not,
Yeah.
we have not
You don't start thinking like, oh, now people.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, it's
you
the
invite
two of you.
external pressure when you are living nicely.
Yes, when you are living to please.
Not
People.
knowing that the day will
That's
come
so true.
when that external pressure now will show you things.
So for us, the most beautiful thing we thank God about our marriage is the fact that we have never wanted to please anyone, including our family members. We do not please anyone.
Until now you become the biggest contributor when there is anything at home.
Is it something you've learned or you started like that? And is there hope for someone who did not... You have looked at me. I'm asking for my audience.
I know. I know where you're headed with that.
For someone who started the wrong way.
The wrong way. You know, if you've already started living a life, maybe you're pleasing your relatives, girlfriends, church.
Hey, shauri yako.
There's no hope.
You can choose. You can choose to go through the transition.
Yes, which is painful.
It's a very painful process.
Or you can choose to not take the painful transition.
And suffer.
But on the day when challenges come, you will have no choice.
Not the day, my love.
Challenges
are coming.
Yes.
Because you cannot live on a lane that God never intended for you to use.
Yeah.
You have to live the way God would want you to live according to your means. We do not take our children to places we cannot take them. We cannot take them to schools we cannot afford. We are not... that word, thank God. And I keep saying, I wanted to be a celebrity in my early 20s. I really wanted to be.
You were a policeman.
Yeah, I was a policeman. But I wanted to be on TV, on radio. I wanted to be a celebrity. God said, Ujinga, tulia kwanza. I had to mature.
Yes.
And I have a feeling if I got it, yes, I had to mature. God could not take me to TV before I was mature.
Yes.
Ingeniingia kwa kichwa. It would have entered here. And I see that with so many young people. Even today, I've worked with numerous young people.
They get a job at NTV, now they're in love.
You are living a life that you cannot afford.
Now you can afford that girlfriend you wanted.
Yes, and you're taking her to Maldives, but with a loan. With a loan.
And the girls are just going.
This Frederick cannot take anyone anywhere with a loan. That loan should bring something else on top.
Yes.
It should not be used to, well, if that is what you want as a couple, it's okay. And it's all right. If you want to enjoy life, I mean, so that unakatwa for the next 7 years, mshahara, it's all right. But you have to make the hard decision of saying, I will live within my means. And by living within our means, we have displeased so many people.
Oh, yes.
Because people want us to contribute to everything and we cannot.
You are the guest of honor.
I know.
And I cannot. And I have lived this life saying, if God called me back home today, would God say, come my faithful servant?
Well done.
Well done. Would he say that? Would he say you lived a life of someone else? That is not what I wanted for you. I wanted you to live a life that you will be happy, enjoy life.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so many celebrities are living on fast lane, one.
Yeah.
Secondly, they are living to please the outside world. I cannot afford that.
Even things as simple as dressing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because those are the pressures that come with that thing.
I should not see you two in
wife of
toy
celeb
market with me.
You know,
Hey, my friend, you'll see me in Gekomba.
You will see
Shauri
me.
yako.
You will see
Yes.
me very much. I will make my hair when I want.
Yeah.
I will not dress up to go to the shop because I know every time I go to the shop I'll meet somebody who knows I am news anchor's wife. Aki, that pressure, Rodah, me, I won't be
That
able.
one you refuse.
We refuse.
I refuse.
We refuse
Me,
to
I
live
will
in
walk
estates.
out of the house
Yeah.
the way I usually walk, and I meet them.
And they
Even
say,
this
"Ah,
morning
it's
I
you."
met one,
Oh.
and I was dressed how I dress
Uh-huh.
when I'm getting out of the house to take the kids to the bus.
Yes.
Now I be dressing up. I come because I
You
will
want-
meet
that
with
is-
my fans.
Let me tell you, it is such a
That
difficult
will be a
life.
neighbor.
Yes.
And I advise young people who are starting out in the field of creatives, the field of where you'll be a public person.
Yeah.
I advise and tell them, believe you me, no one cares about you.
They don't imagine.
It's a fact.
It's a hard
fact.
truth.
It's a fact.
It's a hard truth.
You know why? When I lost my job, no one cared.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100% no one cared.
We commenting on your status doesn't mean I
People care about you.
Please.
People love you, and people because people
others
want
just want to be relevant.
There are people
Yes.
who are die-hard fans of him when he was at Radio Maisha.
Yeah.
Now, when he's on TV,
there are
those
others.
who still come on his inbox to ask for something. You get?
Yeah.
So all this time in the transition when I was
No one knows
going
about
down
you.
and struggling of you
No one
have
knows
not
about
no
it.
one was like,
No,
where did
but
you
I don't
go?
like
But
putting
now
it that way.
you've been
No.
you are-
there are
My
those who will
wife,
say-
let me tell you.
There are those
People have their own issues.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that they don't care, but they have their own issues.
Yeah.
The least they want to think about is you.
Your issues.
You think people really care about you and you want to please them.
No.
By the way, you are the least of their worries.
They have other worries.
So if you have to be content with what you have and live your life and don't live according to the standards of people.
And that translates even into marriage.
Precisely.
Yes,
Because we would want you guys to be
To see us at Village
Hey,
Market,
the
at
couple
Sarit,
goals.
at this.
Couple
We do
goals.
not.
yeah.
So we start twinning now with
Yes.
Nini.
Yeah, we go
Kitenges.
we go
We
buying
and start
clothes
buying
that
those
we cannot
jerseys that
afford.
look alike.
Yeah.
Hapana, nanunua jinsi yangu na kiatu ya 2,000 ama 1,000 na natembea hii town kama hakuna kesho. Because you know
Because
that
you know,
is
that couple's goals, like everyone wants, you want to show off how happy you are in your. It's affecting so many people because even the young ones now getting married,
Have the wrong
they
idea
get
of
there and there's
marriage.
a challenge and they're like,
people are not supposed to be that way.
yeah, I've never seen. Me, I want to be like,
And you know the other thing that has been a really big pillar for us now that you mentioned that is the fact that, because you know for us, all this noise we make on social media, Rodah, it is ministry.
Yeah.
people
For us,
never understand.
They don't understand that. But for us, it's because like, you know that the way they ask you questions on your wedding morning.
Yeah.
I remember a cameraman asked me something about, so why, how are you feeling, nini, nini,
Yeah.
nini. And I said, I just really want to get married and be happy, nini, nini, and prove to the world that marriage works.
Wow.
Yes, the wedding morning. So one of the pillars that has really held us together is we are firm believers in inside out ministry. And
It
we
can
keep
only
on
work that
saying,
way.
Yeah.
we will not feed people what we don't have. And that's why we will take a break from social
media and feel nothing about it.
Because we will not force issues.
But by that time,
he even has a lot of, and then he has a lot of content even on his own. You get?
Hata ukimsimamisha tu pale.
Hata saizi content inaweza patikana. Yes, tunaongea tu.
You see that pressure again of content creation?
Yeah.
Where you are making content
to please.
There's a very big
when you're in ministry and content creation,
it's a different
ball game.
Because if we turn our ministry into a content creation business, what will happen is, whether you like it or not, videos have to go up.
And
so now you will
now be focusing on the want views.
Exactly.
Yep.
And do anything.
And you will easily neglect
and we have seen so many couples.
Yeah.
There's something Judy Nyawira of Mkurugenzi. I saw one of the clips and she said she cannot advertise a product she does not
believe in. I saw that as well.
And
she can't use.
I really thought about it.
Yeah.
And I thought, we do not do things that we don't believe in.
Yeah.
We do not, if something is not in us, we'll not do it. We will not force conversations that are not there. We will not get to the line of views and likes. Because if God is to provide for us, he will provide for us.
Yes.
He has provided for us. And we do not have to do some gimmicks for likes. And show people about something that we don't believe in.
We don't, or it's not the.
It's not working. It's not our values.
Not even working for us.
We are struggling with it.
We don't even know if it works, And that's why we like to be vulnerable, and we pray to God to even get as vulnerable as he can allow us to be to minister, in the sense that even when we tell people, say, about our fights, and just to make it clear to people, we are not laughing 24/7.
Oh yeah.
But when we bring that out, we are not bringing it out for the likes. Because I have also seen that twitch where people are saying, we want to show life in reality. But then what you're doing again, you're even immaturely bringing up your own struggles.
Oh yes.
Very risky. So for us to be bringing our struggles to your show, Rodah, it's not a struggle we feel is immature. People think we are very loud. There are things we will not tell you. Because we have not dealt with them to a place where we feel we are even able to use them to minister.
I hear people telling us, there's somebody who told us, we know everything about you.
No.
We said, you know what we tell you.
Exactly.
You know what I want you to know.
Yes.
Exactly.
There are some things until we are mature enough in that situation.
Yes.
Until we feel we have sorted that. And so it becomes a learning curve.
Yes.
So we will tell you about probably struggles that we had, say, 1 year ago.
Yes.
But how I spoke to my wife this morning, if it's something I do not want it to be discussed in a way that is not right, I would wait for it to cook, mature, and then tell you, this is how we were able to do this.
Yes.
Or sorting out your differences on camera. I won't slip in something here on the Rawder Kidula Show, because probably I've been, and women have that problem, where there's something you've been trying to tell your husband,
he is
and
not
then
hearing.
Now Rodah asks something,
and then I say, Jackson, please watch minute 42.
Hapo kuna content.
You get an opportunity to bring it up. You then spoil the natural environment to sort out that issue.
Yes.
So now we either have to act it out, because we have to do it how it should look on camera, or
we do not want to act.
We don't want to.
We do not want to act.
How do you even act marriage, Rodah?
How?
10 years.
Honestly,
I see some things I'm like, it's not like that.
So if there's a couple watching and they're in that season, they're roommates, what would you tell them?
Start the conversation. Sometimes it does not hit you until it's too late.
Yeah.
And then I hear nowadays there's a word called irreconcilable differences. And there are so many people who are using it.
But if you tell them to define what was this,
yes, they will tell you those situations. They will tell you, oh, she stopped speaking to me.
Yeah.
Oh, alianza kuniongelesha na madharau. Oh, he wouldn't even tell me when he's coming home.
Yeah.
Funny enough. I hear men saying, mtu asiniulize time yenye kuja nyumbani. Don't ask me what time I'm supposed to come.
I'm still single, bwana.
You know what? If I'm going to get late at work, 10 years later in our marriage, I have to tell her.
And if he doesn't, there are times I'll get mad.
She will, not every time, but I can pick situation when I got home and she's very mad. Extremely mad.
In fact, I would be scared if she wasn't mad.
Yes.
Like you go home late and your wife is not mad, be very scared.
Yes, be very, very, very scared.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
Be very, very,
be very
worried
that no one is asking you.
Yes.
Yeah. So what were we saying before I started saying that?
You're talking to roommates.
Oh,
they are
roommates.
just feeling like they don't.
Please start the conversation. You might not know it's happening.
Yeah.
But start thinking and comparing years.
Yeah.
If there's a trend you think the way he was speaking to you is not speaking to you.
Yes.
The way she was acting towards you has changed. Please start having conversations.
True.
Please open the channels of communication. Please start being kind. Because what is killing marriages is people being unkind.
No. Yeah, very true. We are told we are more kind to strangers.
Yes. You can tell. The way you are treating your husband is not with love or kindness. When you get to that place, it's reading red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start having the difficult conversations. It is very difficult to start them. You know the way you start? Baby, are we okay?
Even just
And he will tell you.
Now starting to call him babe again.
Yes, it is difficult. Baba Saimo. Because we get to that place. Baba Saimo, are we okay? You would rather start there.
And if he tells you, what do you think? Do you think we are okay?
Exactly.
Me, I don't think we are
Fight.
okay. And I would like to know. Okay,
what do you think?
Would you like us to be okay? But Aki, Rodah,
it's difficult.
requires a level of humility.
And humility, because
Yes.
ego.
Let me tell you, by the time we're having this conversation,
Yeah.
we are 8, 10, whichever year,
Yeah.
in Swahili we say vichwa vimefura. Yani
Yeah.
it's over here.
Exactly.
No one has the capability to sit down and listen to each other. So you have to be, if you have noted it, if you're the wife or the husband,
Yeah.
please allow yourself to be hurt when somebody says we are okay and you know you're not okay. Allow yourself to ask again,
Yeah.
even 3 times. Say, I feel we are not
We're
okay.
not okay.
And please don't mention the word counselor. Can we see a counselor?
Therapy.
Can we go there? Please don't. Because the first instinct especially for men, African man,
You are
is
going
no.
to report me.
me.
It's a no.
Going to embarrass
We are
me.
not going to talk to a stranger about our marriage.
Oh, yeah.
So have the open channel and say, I feel this is not how we were when we started out. There are things I'm seeing. I would love us to go back to that place if you're open for it. And I'm praying to God that we'll get to that place. Start somewhere. Yes, Mama.
But also we need to do a lot of personal healing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a great advocate for proper mental and emotional health.
Yeah.
So, we all know we come with a lot of baggage.
Marriage.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've started the healing process, sometimes you've not even not. If you're watching and you're not married, please heal as much as is
You
possible
can.
before you get in there.
Yeah.
So that you're already in a place where you're very much aware.
Yes.
And then, inside the marriage, you see during this time, the mfike roommate situation, you have also gone through a lot of
Yes.
hurt. Both of you.
Yeah.
If you don't heal self, you come to the table to blame.
Oh,
It will not work.
true.
It will not work.
Never works.
Accept that first of all, you are not righteous. Second of all, you are hurt, even if it is by this person. But again, the other thing I say, personal healing is a personal responsibility.
Oh.
Even if he is the one who hurt
That
me,
one is
Heal.
hard.
and I want to make our
hard.
marriage right.
Because sometimes I feel like because it's Jackson who has hurt me, it is
He
his
needs to make it
responsibility
right.
to make
No,
it
it's
right.
yours.
He has a responsibility to help you through the process,
But it is my
own
responsibility.
Own your responsibility to heal. Because what if he never heals? What if he never apologizes?
yeah.
What if he never recognizes
live in
it?
bitterness all
So
your life?
Will you do you
By the
what?
way.
Then die. Because then you don't have a life beyond how he treats
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's what I'll mention She's Back at the end.
Yeah.
But for women, that's what I'm trying. That's one of the narratives I'm trying to push. That sometimes we overburden him with the responsibility to make us happy. And therefore, you don't recognize your power, your own power to have a life.
When we're getting married, they tell us, I want to make you happy for
I
the
know.
rest of your life.
Oh God.
Now that's
marry
why
me.
That's why we have a single
my mentality
so
is-
that we tell them, even if he tells you that, you have a personal responsibility for healing, for personal growth.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will be depending upon him. He is a man, Rodah. Have you read Basics, Ernest Wamboye?
Yeah. Bye.
The idolatry.
Oh, yes.
In the fact that you depend on him to make you happy. He's your source of peace.
Joy.
And therefore, that is why when the marriage seems like it's crumbling, you crumble. And because you crumble, you bring crumbledness to the marriage.
Yeah.
So how is this marriage ever going to get better? You need to also heal first. You need to take responsibility for what you have done. It requires a certain level of humility, Rodah, that almost pains me when I say it because I feel it. You know the responsibility of that's not gonna happen. You know, Rodah, that place of saying
I'm looking at her.
of watching somebody continue to do something which you wish he won't continue to do.
Yeah.
But you have made a resolve. Me and I will do what I need to do. You know,
It is so hard.
when he talks of kindness, one day during one of those days, I was angry at him. Okay, we were angry at each other, and we were really fighting about this him. Can I say it?
Yeah, please say it.
Spending too much time at night, either aliwatch futa ama nini
I knew
nini.
football was coming.
No, but football is not our problem now. It's the way he
Not even now. It has never been a problem.
Yeah, it's the way he would do it then. Because you see, because of already the situation is bad.
Yeah.
So he is not in a hurry to come and leave you to bed.
To leave that couch.
He's not in a hurry to finish with his phone so he can be with you in bed.
Yeah.
And so we fight, and then Nini is like, fine, I'll do my whatever from bed. And then what does he do? He dozes off. The lights are on. I have an early morning. The lights will wake me up at 2 a.m. And what do? I wake up, I'm mad. I'm like, oh, no, Sasa, you left the lights on. And then in the middle of the
But
fight.
you have never said that.
In the
You're
middle
saying
of
that
the
and you have
fight.
never...
No, let me tell you what you said and you'll remember.
Yes.
In the middle of that fight, he asks, what happened to the kindness of just waking up and switching off those lights?
Ouch.
Why do you feel the need to wake me up so I can switch off that light? And Rodah, that is
Because
when
you
it
are the one who
hit me.
left the lights on.
Exactly.
And I just want you not to repeat that tomorrow.
And so I have allowed how he treats me or his wrongdoing to change who I am. Because who I am was a kind person who thinks fella is deep asleep.
Yeah.
I am the one awake.
Let me just switch
I'll
them
switch it off. But kesho nitakuraukia na storia. You left the lights on.
Oh, I hear you.
And that for
No,
me
because
was
she would
also
wake me
a
up.
God revelation.
You left the lights on.
She would wake me up. But you see, I am asleep.
Oh, yeah.
You
Like
are
I
awake.
don't need to wake him up.
Yes.
But it's cause of the anger. I'm
anger.
angry at him.
Yeah.
Because I can't sleep, you're also...
a good person.
Yes. You know.
You're a good person.
And that hit me so hard.
Nimegongwa.
Rodah.
No, sorry.
Hey, but it's good.
It hit me so hard. It got
Love
me
this.
to that place of who am I?
Yeah.
And I remember a few months later, I was preaching in a Tuesday service.
Yeah.
And
So you are a
it's
preacher.
It's one of those sermons I was telling God, it's our too. I will say it even if it's like it's me you are telling.
Yeah.
Because God was telling me, you know what? Ebu go back to when you and I, we agreed. We agreed you'll be what kind of a wife?
Yes.
So did we put a condition of how he will respond to your wiferiness?
Oh.
There was no. So you can choose to go on and react to that, or you can choose to continue with our covenant. Then
you
I'll do the rest for you.
Yeah.
Whatever happens to the rest, you know, you're coming to heaven alone. I won't ask you how did your husband treat you. I'll ask you whether you did what we agreed.
Personal responsibility.
Personal
To be kind.
responsibility. And the 50-50 thing. If he doesn't, I won't. If he does,
No.
I know.
It
Marriage
the
is not like
bring
that.
100%.
%.
Kwanza
Yeah.
with Christians,
Oh.
before you met him, you had
You had
God.
God.
So you bring everything that God told you to bring. You don't start curtailing what God already gave you because so that he can bring the... It doesn't even make sense spiritually.
Yeah. Bring your A game to your marriage. You see the way you wake up.
We give our jobs.
That's where I was headed. That we give everything to our workplace.
We submit.
We spend so much time in our workplace. And so we get like married to our workplace. We submit to our bosses. They speak to us in a harsh way, but because you're under authority, you say yes, you come back tomorrow and still work. You see the way people are treating marriage, that you can wake up today and walk out. They can't do that at the workplace. That is the value we have placed on marriages. And I would want people to place that same value in their own marriages. The way you treat your work. And we had this discussion at our workplace. And I'm telling them how tired I am. So one lady asked me, "You resign?" It hit me. I have so many responsibilities. I cannot even think. That's the last thing that will come to mind. Kama sijajipanga. See, the same way. Your marriage. You cannot wake up tomorrow morning and resign because things are going south. You have to fight through. You have to be kinder. Even when you are not treated right, you still remember, I need this job. I still need this marriage. You know why? We have such a short lifespan here on earth. And we have a time when we'll get a retirement package to go home. The way you have treated your marriage will determine how that retirement package will end up.
Look like.
Because I have seen enough men dying 2-3 years after their retirement.
Oh yes.
Because they treated their wives like trash. You never spent time with them. You treated your children like trash. No one is even talking to you. No one has your time. Your wife, because you left her to mingle with other women in the village, when you have retired, she has a life.
She got a life already.
She got a life. She's moving on.
You come to force yourself
and she's
in
out.
Country to country.
Yes, because you had no time for her. But how you spend your time now. And I'm telling you, then people say, ikifika your time, by that time I'll be okay, nitajipanga. Let me tell you, it's such a short time. It's a maximum of 20 years. You are living on earth for the next 80 years. You only have your children like 20 years and they are gone. And you're left with the one person
40,
you treated bad. Say you go in, I'll divorce and get married. Believe you me, the cycle is the same.
The same.
You won't be in that place of...
You will start the same, you will end up the very same way. You have to get to a place where you are mature enough to say, you know what? I am in wrong. And I have to make my marriage work.
Oh, how is your parenting style?
Our parenting.
You have three girls.
We have 3 girls. We were discussing that. We were in a fellowship somewhere yesterday, and we were discussing the very same thing. Looking at how we were brought up, and we know the hurts that we received when we were growing up, because we grew up, our generation, where our parents believed in corporal punishment.
Oh, yes.
They beat the hell out of us.
That was not corporal punishment.
That was not corporal
because
punishment.
I think I still do corporal punishment on my children.
That was...
There was another one that was not...
That was child abuse.
There is one that was child abuse, but...
Our parents didn't know better. And so they treated us...
They were raised by people who were colonized.
They were worse.
Exactly.
They were worse than them.
I like that.
And so,
were raised by people who were
colonized. And so they were always on the edge and fighting for their independence. So our parents didn't... I have a feeling they didn't parent us. We grew up before we grew up. By class 4, you are mature enough to take care of your family. And you are still a child. And so we carry that baggage to parenting. And that has been a very difficult balance. I want to be a tough parent, but at the same time, you want to be a kinder parent.
Friend.
Because you see, no, me, I'm not a friend to my children. I do not want to be a friend to my children. I'm their father.
You can
Because
be
if I become
friendly father.
Yes, he's a friendly father,
Yes.
not their friend.
Not their friend.
They have friends.
No.
Yeah. No, I want them to come to me when they have issues, and I've created that atmosphere in my house. But they have to know the father is supposed to be the authority in that home, and putting boundaries, and knowing these are the extremes, and you cannot go beyond those places.
Yeah.
I have to be that father. I have to be, by all means, because God has that responsibility over me.
Yes.
The Bible says, train your children the way they should go.
They should go, eh?
Not love your children the way they should go.
Or befriend your
Befriend your children the way. No. It's train them. And because I'm a former police officer, I was trained. Mine is I do not parent like a police officer. But I was trained, and I know the process of training. There is a process. You start softly, you keep growing into it. You have to have discipline to achieve certain goals. And I have to teach my children to have the discipline to achieve their goals.
Oh, yes.
So I have to be a strict father, tough father, but at the same time to be like God. That they know, even when they have gone south, their father will still encourage them.
Yeah.
Come and correct them, but encourage them.
Wow. And it's not easy.
And it is not easy. And I am saying it and you think it's such an easy thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I have beaten those children, because I take a slipper and whoosh, whoosh, I go back and tell, must I beat them? Must I beat them? But I know the Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child.
Hey.
Yeah, and these are
Now,
girls.
at least you go back. For me, it's like, after that, you now feel like hugging and apologizing.
No. You have to know.
Sorry, Baba.
You know why? You know why, Rodah, I have to do this?
Yeah.
Because these children, one day,
Yes.
they'll get into workplaces.
Oh.
And no one will treat them like their
What's
father.
umeenda mbali high school?
No one will be there to tell them, you have done wrong,
Yeah.
but we encourage you. No. You have done wrong. You have done wrong.
Even in school.
And there are not two ways. And the world does not work the way we want to
that.
parent our children. Kuwabembeleza. No. You want your children to be kind, respectful, honorable, but at the same time to know boundaries. And there is no other way than being the father that God called you to be. You are not called to be their brother or their sister. You are called to be a father.
God has given them friends. He has been kind.
Because God expects that these children, one day, they also be parents.
Oh, yes.
And God wants, you see, let me tell you, fact of the matter. You know why we get married? What Malachi says. So that we can bring up a godly offspring. By the way, that's the intention of God.
Yeah.
There is nothing else. The way God does not see a beautiful marriage, that is what we want in heaven.
couple
No. Is when you get children, I give you
Expansion of
children,
His kingdom.
is to expand His kingdom, so that these children are going to expand His kingdom. Especially for us Christians. Because you're speaking to Christians, I believe. If you're not a Christian, God expects you to bring up children in a world where they'll be kind, respectful, but also be good managers of His resources.
Oh, yes. True.
They cannot be if you pamper them.
Well,
So you have to balance.
yeah.
And it's very tough.
Very tough. And you have to agree.
Now, you see that agreement?
Yeah.
That's very important.
I had thought of mentioning that. There's a lot of dynamics with that agreement. Okay, first of all, be kind to yourself. You'll never really get it all right.
Yes.
True.
Sometimes you will even beat, then later you will realize.
They had no mistake.
You
are the problem.
Kumbe Fred made me angry, and it's like
You have reflected the same
you
thing.
think, I think if she'd have done the same thing yesterday,
I wouldn't have
I would not
reacted.
have.
That was
reacted
not,
like that, you know?
that would not have been the
Yes.
punishment.
Yeah. So it also takes humility and forgiving yourself, and very many times
Talking to
even
them.
going back to the child and saying, I am
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm
did not
sorry,
deserve that.
I beat you up.
Yeah.
You did wrong, but I don't think I should have beaten you up. I
Yeah.
think we needed to talk about it, and we can talk about it later.
Now.
I am sorry.
Oh.
Especially at, children nowadays are their minds are more open than ours.
Yeah.
Ours were more closed.
We are villagers.
No, for them, they are
in
don't
military
under-
camps.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it is. I've said left, go left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's
don't
no-
underestimate their capacity to process.
Yeah.
And because if you do that, you will try to close their minds, and that's not possible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
itakulipukia huko mbele.
Don't worry, it's a beautiful
Kete
thing.
will burst on you there in front.
Yeah.
So, but then now the agreement, apart from being kind on yourself, agreement even comes. Even when you're courting, first of all, those are some of the things you even
discuss.
agree on.
About
Like
how to punish,
how
how
do
to
we, what do we
discipline.
believe about parenting,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
despite those beliefs, and even in the marriage continuing those conversations,
Yeah.
you will still find, because of even your difference in personalities,
Yeah.
you will find yourself handling some situations
Differently.
Yeah.
So there is
But we,
going
for us,
back.
for us, we have never had a difference in the way we believe that we should discipline our children.
Oh.
We have the same belief.
Let me
And
tell
sometimes
you.
we have differences in form of the way you should have punished
The
that
how.
child.
Exactly,
The how.
the how, yes. And those are the
Yeah.
things, sometimes it even brings strain to the marriage.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's strain, sometimes it becomes an irreconcilable difference because you made it irreconcilable in your
Your
head.
head.
Because you failed to see the difference between the two of you, the difference in your states of mind at that time,
Yes.
the difference in sometimes even all this baggage we are saying we carried from I don't know where.
Yeah.
If you can just open your mind to the fact that this person is not trying to say that I'm parenting wrongly. We just saw this situation really differently.
Differently, yeah.
And we can agree, so what do we do? So next time if this kind of thing happens, me, I'd like you to do this.
Yeah.
He's a father of girls.
Yeah.
If he doesn't take care,
Uh-huh.
the girls can overwhelm him.
Yeah.
Because they are girls. And
They want to be pampered and treated right.
Yes.
and
Like queens.
he's a daddy to the girls. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to allow there are situations I've seen, Rodah, where the marriage was made worse by the presence of a daughter.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Psychologically,
Yeah.
at a certain
Women
age, and it's
compete.
when they are very young.
Yeah.
Psychologically, the girl
Women
starts
compete.
to fight with her mother,
mother,
for
yeah.
the father's attention.
Yes.
And you know, literally at that age, the girls will even ask to sleep in our bed.
Oh.
Yes. There's
Yeah.
just something about that competition.
Yes.
If you don't handle it properly, if as the woman you're not aware, or as the man you entertain that to the detriment of how your wife feels,
Yes.
it will now start to strain the marriage.
Okay.
And when I got to that place of understanding, even sometimes when I feel like that is happening, it's not because he doesn't believe in what we said anymore. Like life happens.
It's a
He's
flip.
just a human
And he needs to be
being,
reminded.
You know, yes. So
Yes.
I'll go back to it in good faith and tell him where, hapo,
Yeah.
you will make this girl start to see me as nobody.
Yeah.
They will start to think that me, I can't say anything.
They have been
here.
told that
Yeah.
before.
You know.
It's not that I've not been told.
Yeah, and,
They have
but
been
you
told.
see from where you're coming from when addressing that really matters.
Yeah.
Because you
It's
see,
maturity to understand.
I thank God that I have gotten to the place where I'm addressing it from a place of I am just correcting. Aki Woye Rodah, he is not God.
Yeah.
Ati just because he believes, kwani how many things do we believe in and we repent every morning? See, we sin, you know. So life it happen. Near the child will come, he's watching football, he will say this, and then I'll tell him she manipulated you. And we agreed if she asks.
And they
ask
do
her
that a lot.
whether she had
Oh,
asked
they do
mommy.
that. Oh,
Yes.
girls do that.
And because he didn't have anything against me,
Yeah.
he will even go to the extent of come here. Kumbe you had asked your mom and she had said no. We agreed if mommy says no,
It's a no.
don't come to me.
Yeah, it's a no.
No. If mommy says no, it's a no.
no.
And if you have to come to me, tell me, I asked mommy and she said no.
No.
But again,
So we
so that
discuss.
we are honest.
Yes.
Because we're also
Yeah.
trying to teach, don't manipulate, be honest.
Yes.
Come and say, mommy said no, but I
Let's-
still think,
So we discuss now with
now
her.
let's
With-
talk
yeah.
about it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And if there's a yes that is going to be said, it's not me. It will
It's
have
still-
to come to
yeah.
the first person who asked.
Yeah, so that they don't feel like
Mommy
mommy
always
can
says
say no,
Yes.
But
and
daddy
then daddy
say
will say yes.
Yes.
Hey, it's a lot of work.
Parenting, my guy.
And no one
it
has
changes.
a style.
No one has a
No one has a
template that
formula.
works for all of
It
them.
even changes with every child. Our children
every season.
are
Yes.
they all look very sanguinic.
Yeah.
The last one we are not very sure. She's still very young. She might just be payukaing because the others are doing so. But they all at this stage are very sanguinic.
Yeah.
But their personalities are
Totally different.
different. So how you treat this one is, you know, the one who is dramatic and they will easily manipulate you. You know, the one who will argue to the dot until they see it clearly.
Yes.
That and even
Until you
with
convince
age,
them.
Yeah.
then you have to walk to how
The
old
things,
are
yes.
they, and at this point how are they treating things, how are
yep.
they processing things. Rhoda, it is hard, but it is doable.
Sorry. It is dope. I am at 16. It is hard.
Yeah? At 16.
It is hard.
Yeah.
It is
But
hard.
it's
But
doable.
it's
But
you
yeah.
with surrender.
And you know what? There's an aspect that we have not said too much.
Yeah.
Committing them to God.
Yeah,
Oh.
that
Yeah.
surrender.
Yeah.
You know, when you have done everything else, there's nothing much you can do.
There are actually people who have done more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
And then-
at the end of the day, when you have done your very best with what God gave you, when you leave it to God, you are comfortable
Yes.
and you're okay. And you go to the verse that says, even when they go whichever place,
They will come
they'll
back.
still come back.
Yeah.
Why?
Do
Because
your
you
part.
know what you did. And you cannot have regrets in life.
Yeah.
Because you did what God had ordered you to do.
Yeah.
So when you have done that what God wanted you to do, let go.
You know, I once spoke somewhere about children and somebody followed me after the sermon to tell me, hey, you know, I heard you speaking about children and parenting. I wondered, which children? At first I thought they don't know my children.
Yeah.
Kumbe what they were saying is,
Yeah.
you know nothing.
Nothing.
Well.
How old are your
How old are your
children?
children? What
But
are you
see,
telling us?
Even
But I'm like,
a 1-year-old child, the how to bring them up,
Yeah.
it's very different from the way we were brought at 1 year.
Exactly.
and it's work at my level. And
Yes.
also, what I was speaking about is the word of God. Imagine the word of God will not change whether my child is
Is 14,
5, whether they are 1, whether they are 14, whether
Yeah.
they are
Same
16.
formula.
So, my
Same
dear
formula.
brethren, when I am your age and I have 16-year-old child, I will say the same thing.
The
I
same
said
thing about
today.
the word of God.
Because it was the word of God that I was saying that
Yeah.
child is a blessing.
Yes.
And that should not change. You should not see them any differently because
Even when they go
did
wrong.
this, they did the other.
Yeah.
Yes, handle it the way it needs to be handled, but still refer to that child as a blessing. I was like, this person is struggling with their teenagers. And,
Yes.
but you see now they have prevented themselves from receiving the word of God because of their situation. Anyway.
Anyway, tell us about She Sparks before you all give your parting shot kwa sababu
Yeah.
someone is looking at me.
Oh, wow.
You might have spoken for
Are
2
you
hours.
camera person? Don't look at us badly.
Don't worry. It is just this once.
It is just
Just
this
that
one.
one.
So,
So She Spark
yeah.
is a network for women. I began by saying I'm a happy wife.
Yes, you're a happy wife.
And I hope even from just our conversation, one can tell that being a happy wife does not mean that
It's perfect.
this man has been rubbing my back from day
He
one.
has been an angel.
He has been an age, you know.
Kuna.
And
Was an military.
Yeah.
I feel, together with a friend of mine, she's
Yeah.
called Lynette, we had the same mutual feeling and burden in our hearts that sometimes
Nasikia kizungu mpaka imechange. Hearts.
what
Sorry,
ends
sorry.
up as irreconcilable differences
Differences, yeah.
could have not ended up there if the woman recognized, first of all, their power as a woman in the marriage institution, and then also opening your mind to being a whole person. And that is why, like, our first conference this year was about personal healing and personal development. Just opening our minds to, are we overburdening our husbands with the responsibility to make us happy?
Yeah.
And yet we should have a life so that we bring life into the marriage. So on that basis then, She Spark, basically we are forming a network of women to not to encourage each other,
No.
to sharpen each other
Yeah.
about how to thrive in your marriage
Unasikia?
and in your life.
if they want
Because sometimes when you say encourage each other,
Yeah. It's like a
it is
venting
like-
place.
Yes,
We
it's a
come and
venting
vent, yeah.
place. No. I watched a woman yesterday on cleaning the airwaves,
Yeah.
and she was saying how check your company, because if you're always hanging around people who are saying how bogus their husbands are, you will go into your marriage
and see bogus.
that you will start to notice bogusness.
Yeah.
I also
You
avoid
focus
that.
on bogus.
By the way, you see when you're on that cover I was talking about,
Yeah.
hey, chunga sana. Don't stick too much around people who have the same curve. You will encourage each other downwards.
That is why it is important to have mentor couples who are way
Yes.
older than you.
And
Oh.
people
Our
who've
mentor
gone
couple
through these
were
things.
27 years in marriage,
Imagine when we were marrying.
and they were best couple still.
So those are people who will look at your problems and then they will tell you what they were going through.
Wait, unfortunately.
And,
our dad died.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So hang around people who, that's what I'm saying, Shispark is not the place to come and tell you, oh yeah, they can be this way, but vumilia,
Vumilia.
it's not vumilia.
Yeah, you can't
It's
vumilia.
take your place. What do you bring to the table? It's not also a place where we come to tell women that it is your fault that your marriage is that way. It's just a place of, let's focus
My
on
husband
us.
did this. What did you do?
Exactly, yes.
There's
Yes.
something you
And
must have.
you must want to also grow.
Yeah.
Exactly. And grow as a person.
Yeah.
Like, I have, and that is what I want to pour out to women.
Yeah.
I have realized I should have been patient with myself. Even me, kumbe, I was still growing. But I was focusing
You got
on...
married at 25.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You have
And
really...
I was
has tried.
maturing
Yeah.
also in the
At 25, you are still a
process.
child.
And you've gotten
And I was
pregnant
29.
year one.
Yes.
So you see, instead of focusing on me also, I'm
A child
looking a
came.
lot on
Yeah.
this, and I'm neglecting me, and so I'm not
Yes.
even growing enough to grow the marriage. Yeah, so welcome to Shispark. Oh my God, all women. We have an event for singles on 11th April.
Thank God, because this show will be aired before the event.
Oh,
Yeah. So, women,
Single
details on
ladies,
how to
and
join
then-
we'll put on this
yes,
screen so
yes.
that we all come. Oh, it's for
And
single
that
ladies.
one's for singles. We already had one in
For married,
for
yeah.
married women, but we have season 2 for married women after that.
Uh-huh.
Follow us on our socials.
So these
She's
singles,
back.
it's actually happening next week because this one should be 1st of April.
Oh.
This
Oh.
show. So the single ladies joining, why should they join? What are we going to talk
Prepare
about?
them.
We are actually talking about inner healing and personal growth also.
Wow.
To prepare them. You see the way you were saying, but when we were getting married, we were told our husbands will make us happy. And
They
so,
lied to you.
where they lied to
They
you.
lied to you.
It is the husband.
You know?
He said, come,
They-
I'm going to
I'm
make you
going to
happy
make
for the
you happy.
rest of your life.
Oh God, the
Now
rest
we
means
want
2 years.
to empower you.
2
Promise
months.
you. Oh yes.
We want to give you the realities of who you are,
Or
the
who you are.
realities of marriage, that so that you don't have to go through what many married women,
Went through.
including me, have gone through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to put you in a place where you thrive in this season, and it feeds into your season of marriage.
Amen.
So if you're a single lady, please, you have to. Like, let's
Please.
not have excuses. If you're married and you know of a single lady, you
Encourage
pay
them.
for them. How
Yes,
much does it
it's
cost?
800.
800 shillings only.
Imagine.
And it's online,
Yes,
right?
it's online.
So you don't need to dress up
Yeah.
and look,
And
think
come all
about
the way.
the transport and
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Please, let's join in and encourage one
together.
another.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And she's on social media as
Anne
that
Muitereri.
name. We'll just put it here.
I'm on social media as Anne Muitereri.
Imekushinda kabisa.
Muitiriri.
Yeah.
Muitiriri. Just say it in Kiswahili.
Muitiriri.
Yes.
I always think the riris are so many.
Oh, Muitiriri. Imagine. They are just two. Riri.
Okay, Muitiriri.
Yes. You got it.
And the way you say it when you're anchoring news is so like, he said it so fast. Like, hey.
It's my name.
Yeah, it's your name, I know. You have to. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
and I
appreciate.
pray and
Truly
desire that
appreciate.
God will continue growing women even on Shispark.
Yeah.
Because there is so much that is not talked about that should be. And the laborers are so few, especially real laborers are so few. So when you find one, plug in and get to learn 1 or 2 things.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, the secret to a happy marriage, 10 years later, you are advising someone who is getting married next weekend.
You know what?
Of course they won't, no, this one won't hear.
Yeah.
They're getting married next weekend. There's nothing we can tell you.
You go ahead.
Plan your wedding. 1 month in marriage. Now they are watching. Rodah wouldn't listen. Wouldn't hear.
I think for me, it just came to mind. Just be real. Be real. Do not hide who you are. Do not try to hide who you are. Just be real.
That one actually applies even before he marries you.
Yes. Especially courtship.
Yeah.
Show your true colors.
Yes.
There are some things I did. Because I'm a former police officer.
Yeah.
I would push her to the end, to her edge, to understand her anger levels.
Oh.
Believe you me, I did that on purpose.
This one gets angry.
Oh, this one? Hey, before we...
Rodah,
She looks like the one who goes quiet when they're angry.
Oh, yes, she does.
Which is
She's
more
sane.
dangerous than...
No, she's more sane than me when we are both angry. She's more sane.
I am scared of a quiet, angry person.
No. She does not go quiet. She keeps quiet to listen and answer you in a more sane way.
Okay.
Than me. I will... Her, she will measure her words.
Yeah.
Know what she's about to say. She will not say something intentionally to hurt you. I think she matured way before me. It's true.
Really?
Yeah. Because when I look back, she has been very consistent in the way she handles, especially our differences.
Yeah.
As for me, he's been up here. The maturity level has not been on flat. It's been consistent. That when she's angry, I think it's just twice I've observed she went overboard through the last 10 years.
Oh.
Yes, I can tell. Twice.
Where?
At most 3 times.
You're making us look bad.
No. But you see, all of us are different.
Yeah.
So she has been more, she will reason out things. And I think that's a quality I truly like about her. Because it has helped her beyond even our marriage. Even in some other things that we are doing. She'll be the person to negotiate and reason out. Mimi is the... Yes. So understand who you are. Be who you are.
Be real.
So understand the anger levels before marrying that person. Ujue kama ni wa kugongesha vitu kwa ukuta.
Your phone.
Yeah, kama ni your phone. And so you discuss that.
You don't leave them because of that. You discuss it.
You discuss it. Because she was like that. And she told me, if I get angry, I'll hit the wall with something. I told her, dare you.
I am a police.
Yeah, by then that's what I told her. If we have bought something with our money, you cannot do that.
Oh God.
That is wastage of resources. Find something else to do. But you cannot waste our resources. You cannot. You'll be hitting a glass next time you're going to hit the wall with my phone. It's money.
Or the TV
and
with
she
a
has, I can tell you for a fact.
Yeah.
And I'm saying before God, she has never done that.
Wow.
What I have banged is doors.
Doors have been banged.
And
by the time she has banged, 2 steps, I'm sorry. She knows.
Because I'll bang it, because, I'm not really banging it at him. So I'll bang it and then I'll realize.
You'll come back.
I know what that has made him feel.
Yeah. I'm seething with anger.
I bang it and I'm like, oh my God, now he's angry at that.
And that's another fight.
Yes.
So be yourself.
Be yourself. What's the secret in your perspective?
The secret, and by the way, I'm not quiet. Let me just because I am saying and I'm not quiet. By the way, you see the way they say don't raise your voice at somebody. Yes, you shouldn't raise your voice, but it's not a do or die. We are both extremely loud.
Can you raise
so when
your
we
voice
fight,
past?
When we fight, we can get loud. We can get very loud.
So one louder than the other.
Like the more you try to explain yourself, the louder you get.
Yes. And we are not sorry.
So for us, sometimes
we are not sorry that we are loud.
We've come to realize.
I thought you are not sorry that you raise your voice.
It's not that one of shut up. No.
That's another.
It's a pitch that went higher.
Personality thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So
the
for
secret.
Me, the secret is, your mind is a powerful tool.
No.
So what you fed your mind when you're courting,
Yeah.
and what you continue to feed your mind in your marriage really determines how you treat your marriage. And therefore, what you feed your mind, meaning what you're watching, what you're listening to, the people around you and what they're saying, really, really determines how you handle your own marriage.
Yeah.
So don't get married and then sit because, hey, we did primers, we read books, we have fed our minds with enough. Because the mind is like a fountain, So you will go out there and all these other things that are being said will now start to feed this fountain, and that is what will. So keep feeding your mind with
the right content.
If you need to spend a little less time with a certain bunch of friends who keep on discussing how their husbands have been doing and what men have been doing and how marriages have been breaking, cut it off a little. Just go in there to listen once in a while, but then hang around people who keep on feeding your mind with positivity. Yes.
Wow, he's been real.
It's been real.
He's been real.
It's been
Hey, that was a powerful one.
We thank
I
God.
think it's
Real.
masterclass. 10 years. Then when you get to 20, you come back now and say, you remember what we said now?
Now.
Maybe you'll be regular guests. You never know. You might start a career, a show, say it's going on CNN or in some and say you'll be regular, you'll be coming off it.
Yeah,
You never know.
You never know where God takes
But
us
we
when we obey.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. May God cover you.
Amen.
Every person I see in marriage ministry, especially online, I always make a prayer. God cover their marriage, because Satan is not happy
True.
that you're
Oh,
happy.
he has attacked.
And there are many times he has tried even making me stop. There are many times he has tried making you stop.
Oh, yes.
And there's that voice that says, hata wewe haujaongea na Jackson leo na unaenda kufanya show. As who?
Yeah.
Then I say, as a child of God.
God.
And you go and continue. So may the Lord cover you. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
What have you learned? I've learned so much, and I think I'll also start commenting with what I have learned. Let me know in the comment section. And thank you. Oh, there's a calendar here for you.
Oh, for us.
Yeah.
Wow. Our
There's a
children will be
calendar.
so happy because we are going to place it hapo kwa meza.
Wait, it's for my marriage.
It's for your marriage.
Oh, it's for marriage.
Yes, every day you make a prayer.
No. Now,
No, this one is for the bedroom.
Do you have a nini? A
Hey.
show for parents so that you make for us a calendar which we can nini for the
This
children.
is good.
Oh, this is for the
Where
two of
did you
you.
make this?
So
Thank you.
tomorrow
Oh, this is really good.
we have to conclude the show.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
We are excited
Thank
about
you.
this.
Thank you.
Yay,
Thank
this
you.
is
So
really
go
good.
pray for your marriage
Thank you.
daily.
So
After 50 days, you
nice.
come back to one and
Wow.
continue praying.
Praise the Lord.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one. From Rawder Kidula and the Muitiriris.
Yeah. Ukishindwa sema riris.
The RIRI's family.
Yes.
You are on YouTube. Are
Yes,
you
we
coming
are.
on?
Yeah, we are
YouTube.
still
Yeah.
there.
On
Our
TikTok, follow us on
content is
Yeah,
TikTok.
TikTok. Hiyo tutaweka hapa.
Yes.
Because, yeah. Tafadhali. Asanteni. See you on the next one. Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Now the sanguine is out.
After the conversation.
Bye, people of this camera. Bye. Have you seen? Bye, people of this camera. Bye, people of camera.
Thank you for having us. We have enjoyed. Kariki.
Oh, bye.
Bye.